Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry if this is slightly a weird angle. I took close-up swatch footage of all the products that I'm going to be showing you today, so I just kind of wanted to have them in front of me here to remind me of some things that I wanted to say. So let's just get right into it. As you can tell by the title of this video, I did a little bit of retail therapy at the drugstore. So these are all Japanese drugstore makeup products, which is why I don't feel bad or guilty about this at all. Actually, I feel very good about all of my purchases. Since these mostly are all from more affordable brands in the drugstore, I think my total actually did not even come to 10,000 yen or $100, especially if you factor in the coupons that I was able to use. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna start off with Canmake. I know, I just can't seem to stay away from my toxic relationship with Canmake apparently. We do need to acknowledge and respect the fact that Canmake is 100% cruelty-free though. I know most of you already know that, but it bears repeating. Maybe not all of their products are a hit for me necessarily, but I do feel like they are very, very trustworthy and reliable in that aspect, and I can feel good about using them at the end of the day because of their very strong and long-standing cruelty-free status. So the first thing that I picked up was another one of their cream cheeks right here. This one is in P01, Peach Dazzle, and the P stands for pearl, so they have like pearl type and then regular matte types, I guess, although it's not really matte because it's still a cream blush, so you still get that bit of shine. But yeah, personally I really do enjoy the pearl type formula more so because it just gives that extra little oomph of dewiness and sparkliness that I think is just very, very flattering and natural looking on the cheeks. I picked this one up because I've been really enjoying my other cream cheek that I also got not too long ago. This is P03. I forget the name, but it's more of like a warmer brownish color. This one is definitely more of a flattering shade than the P01 color, I feel. I thought that this P01 shade would be leaning more on the coral side, but when I actually apply it to my face, it comes out a little more Pepto-Bismol pink vibes, which is not a bad thing, but it's just not that like natural sun-kissed glowy effect that I was expecting, especially with the name too. I mean, it's called Peach Dazzle, so I expected more peach and less Pepto-Bismol, but that's okay. It is still fine and I'm gonna keep it in my rotation. It was just not the exact shade that I was quite expecting. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadows. Yay! Exciting! First up, we have two of the new additions to the Silky Souffle Eyes eyeshadow palette line from Canmake. I swore to myself that I would never pick up a single one of these palettes from the Silky Souffle Eyes line ever again after my initial review when this first came out. Yeah, I did a review on the very first palette that came out in the Silky Souffle Eyes line. I don't even remember how long ago, but I'll link the video up here if I can find it. They actually had the nerve to release this as a limited edition product initially, like just that first one or two color variations, and then of course once they saw how popular it was, they have just been coming out with color story after color story ever since. Definitely not the marketing plan all along, right? Definitely not. So yeah, we are now on the 9th iteration. So there's 9 whole color variations available in this line at the moment, out of something that they initially claimed to be a one-off limited quantities thing. Okay, I don't want to harp on this forever because I know a lot of brands are guilty of using this as a marketing tactic, but I just feel like Canmake is particularly notorious for this. Like, they are constantly bringing back limited edition things and just saying like, oops, just kidding. Now we're gonna make it permanent, so you didn't actually have to go rush and buy everything out of FOMO. But anyway, so I got 06 Topaz Pink and 09 Urban Khaki. I believe this one is permanent and this one is limited edition. I don't even know why I picked up Topaz Pink. It's, when you look at it, it's actually a very basic, like, just super basic dusty rose, dusty pink color palette. And like I said, it's not limited edition, so it's not like it's going anywhere. There's nothing really special about it. To be perfectly honest, I was only truly interested in 09 Urban Khaki. I've been itching for some more pistachio colored, like wearable, natural looking greens. from Japanese makeup brands in particular, so this looked right up my alley. But yeah, honestly the marketing just really got to me this time, because they had this whole, like, at the Canmake counter stand thing in the drugstore, they had this Japanese desserts theme going on featuring these two products. This one was like azuki beans and this one was some sort of matcha dessert, or maybe just matcha tea itself. It was giving very like Shuamura, except at a really affordable drugstore price, so I just couldn't resist at the end of the day. And they did swatch really nice and silky in the store, although I feel like, just another one of my conspiracy theories maybe, but I just feel like all eyeshadows, like the testers that they put out in the stores, they always swatch 10 times better than when you actually purchase the product and take it home with you. Is it just me, or does anyone else notice that? And also, speaking of cosmetics testers in general, I wanted to just ask you guys, because I know I have viewers from all different countries all over the world, how is the situation with regards to that and, you know, the virus and everything? There was a period of time last year where they removed all cosmetics testers from shelves, like even in the drugstores. But nowadays, I feel like pretty much every store that I visit, like every drugstore and even in some department stores, aside from the actual super high-end luxury floor of, you know, all the really luxe makeup brands, pretty much every store has returned to putting out normal testers. And I'm just like, okay, I definitely appreciate it because I do like to swatch things and test them out first before I purchase anything, but I'm also obviously concerned about the whole safety aspect of that. So how is it in your country? Okay, next we have kind of like the companion gel cream liner to the matcha looking palette. It bothers me that they didn't actually put the word matcha in this palette because I feel like it suits it so well. Like, why would you go with urban khaki? The gel liner actually does have the word matcha in it. This one is literally called Matcha Khaki of the Creamy Touch liner series. So I don't understand why you wouldn't just make them match, but anyway, I digress. I kind of surprised myself picking up this gel liner because you guys know I'm not huge on cream gel liners or kohl pencil liners, things like that. I am very much a liquid eyeliner girl through and through. It just works much better with my hooded eyes, I feel, and that way I don't have to worry about smudging and panda eyes at the end of the day. But for some reason I swatched this on a whim in the store, and when I tell you, I nearly gagged. In fact, I think my jaw actually dropped. See, even when that happens nowadays, no one can tell because you're wearing a mask, so I'm not as reserved with my facial expressions in public anymore. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but yeah, like my jaw literally dropped when I swatched this in the stores because it was so creamy and soft, but like also smudge proof. You'll see it when I put the swatches up on screen. So yeah, I don't know if it's just been so long that I haven't checked for a cream gel liner that maybe the technology has advanced so much since the last time that I tried using one. But yeah, this one just glides on so effortlessly. You barely have to touch your skin and it will just deposit the color on there, which is one of my biggest hangups about pencil liners in general, right? Because I don't want to tug at the delicate skin around my eyes. So super soft, more so than I could have imagined, so that's not even a worry anymore. Plus the tip is so fine. It says here 1.5 millimeters in diameter, which again is perfect for smaller or more hooded eyes. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to use this liner. I think I'm always going to default to liquid eyeliner as my go-to, like my trusty RMK Ingenious liquid liner, but if this is what the base standard is in the drugstores now for cream gel liners, I'm definitely open to trying out more, especially if they come out in fun colors other than black, right? Or even brown, I guess, because, you know, on those days that you want like a softer, more natural look, I feel like that could work out really well. Okay, so now we can finally move off the topic of Canmake and move on to the next brand. I did cave and pick up one of Kate's new 3D Produce shadows in the shade OR1. This one is called Classy Form. Is that a song by Nicki Minaj? I feel like it is. Something form. Come on. So I've been having my eye on these for a while. This is the latest and greatest eyeshadow released from Kate, and I am excited to use this as a face palette, so not only for eyeshadow, but I want to use this large pan up here as blush as well. so that the whole look is like monochromatic and cohesive. And I chose the orange color variation because I feel like it's just the warmest looking out of all the shades available. I'm hoping that it'll really bring out like that warmth and dimension in my face like it promises. I'll be honest, I really was tempted to pick up the pink one as well, just for fun, but I had to remind myself that I have enough pinks and reds and mauves in my collection already, so we're just gonna slow our horses. I also got these new Kate face masks, as if I need any more of those. This was a total impulse purchase, I will say. They placed it right next to the checkout counter with the huge sign saying limited quantities. I panicked and just grabbed the first two that my hands landed on. I didn't even know which colors I picked. It is what it is, okay? Yeah, this is like the third iteration of their face mask releases, and you can see that this one has a slight gradient design. It's a little darker at the jawline portion of the mask to give you that V-shaped effect. Next brand. Ooh, this one I'm actually really excited for. So I talked about this in my recent wish list video, and that would be this Sheepy Sheepy glitter illumination liner in 02 Twinkle Star. I said in that video that I was gonna wait until I finished my Rom and liquid glitters before picking up a new one, but here's the thing, the only store near me that I know of that sells Sheepy Sheepy, which is a YouTuber produced brand. She goes by Fukurena. I forgot her real name. Her influencer name is Fukurena, and this is her brand. So there's only one store in my neighborhood that sells Sheepy Sheepy, and last time I checked there were only 2 of these glitter liners left in stock. It was only in the 02 shade as well, so I figured why not just pick it up now. Plus I had a coupon, okay. I feel like that should be one of my catchphrases, like if I ever had merch, I already know at least 3 phrases that I would put on there. Canada has serial killers too. I had a coupon, and I don't know, general savagery practitioner. Yeah, I have more. I mean, I have more catchphrases where that came from, but anyway, excited to try this out. I put a side-by-side swatch with my current Rom and glitters that I own just for a little comparison. This one looks like pretty much just a straight silver in the tube, but when you put it next to my Rom and glitter, which is more of like a true cool toned silver, this one actually has more of a warm neutral tone to it, so I have high hopes for this, that it's not gonna look overly like harsh or exaggerated when I actually use it on my eyes. Speaking of Sheepy Sheepy, you guys know that they make one of my pretty much holy grail items by this point, their secret Kiwami liner, which I use to draw fake tear bags underneath my eyes. Again, in my wishlist video, I was talking about how I would prefer a cheaper alternative to this. This one is not crazy expensive, to be fair. It's like 1200 something yen. It doesn't dry out super fast, but it doesn't necessarily last long enough to warrant the 1200 yen price point in my opinion. So I did find a similar item by Cezanne for pretty much half the price, and this one is called the Futae Kyocho liner. I'm not opening this because I'm gonna wait until I use up the Sheepy Sheepy one before I go in with this one, but yeah, Futae Kyocho liner. So you can use this to emphasize your double eyelid fold as well as your tear bags. We'll see if this one gives me that nice natural barely there effect that I'm looking for, which I'm sure it will, or at least 95% sure. I might just go ahead and replace the Sheepy Sheepy liner with this one altogether in my rotation, because why pay 1200 yen when I can get it for 600? Last but not least, I picked up the Fasio Gradation eye color in 02 Pink Brown. This is a brand that it's been like almost an actual decade that I have not purchased anything from Fasio. Actually, scratch that. I do remember reviewing one thing on my channel like earlier on when I first started out from Fasio, and that was a mascara remover, so it wasn't even a makeup product, so that doesn't count. As far as actual makeup goes, I think it's been actually 10 years since I have been checking for anything from Fasio. So Fasio is one of the more budget lines from Kosei. In fact, it might be their most affordable drugstore cosmetics line. They did a whole revamping of the brand aesthetics and all their formulas and everything not too long ago. When I look at it, I feel like they definitely took a page out of Etusei's book with the whole rebranding thing. It's giving very budget etousse, you know, with the pastel colors in the new packaging. So the product that is getting the most buzz right now, at least on social media, it's these new multi-use face sticks by them. They look really cute, I'm not gonna lie, and they have like really fun colors. It's not just the typical pinks and lavenders and stuff. There's a blue and a yellow thrown in there. I was interested at first, but then like the more I thought about it, the more I felt like it was just not something that I could see myself really wanting to use on a regular basis. I think it's definitely like there's a certain demographic of really natural, really basic makeup consumers that these sticks would be ideal for, but when I was swatching them in the store, I was just not as excited as I initially felt when I saw the promotional picture, because they were just that typical like semi-sheer waxy formulation that I don't really care for. Nothing wrong with that, it's just not something that excites me. Also, I don't think they're worth the price at all. They're 990 yen per stick after tax, and I'm just not willing to pay that much for Fasio, you know? Like, they think that just because they leveled up the packaging a little bit that they can now charge Canmake or Kate prices. I don't think so. Yeah, in all honesty, I ended up just getting this eyeshadow to satisfy an itch because I wanted something from their new offerings. I just knew that it wasn't gonna be the multi-color stick. Fasio cheek, face, whatever products are just not gonna hold a candle to all the blushes that I already have in my collection, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm actually really happy with all of my blush products that I have at the moment. I have my Cezanne cream cheeks, which I am obsessed with the formula for. I have my RMKs. I even have some ColourPop, you know, just for fun. I just don't see it for Fasio with that kind of built-in competition. Like, I can already see that their color stick is not going to trump anything that I already own, so why bother? But like a true makeup junkie, I still really needed to get my fix, so I ended up just going with the Gradation eye color. Don't get this, okay? This one is actually not worth it either, so I don't know like my logic there with not wanting to pay 1,000 yen for the multi-color stick. It doesn't really hold up because these are also like 1,000 yen a piece, which I definitely do not think is worth it, and I would not recommend you. I did use this pretty heavily in the past week, I will say. Like, it's a solid 3 out of 5 stars product. It's good for when you're in a pinch. I just take one of these. I just take like a fat wide brush like this one. This is not even an eyeshadow brush, but it's the only one that's big enough, and I sweep it across my eyes 2 or 3 times, layer it up 2 or 3 times, and boom, the eyeshadow is ready to go. Super convenient. Nothing groundbreaking though. Like, the formula is not gonna blow you away. It's just a standard drugstore eyeshadow formula. It's actually a little bit drier than I would prefer, but again, whatever. The other available shades are not very impressive either. In fact, one might even say that they're downright sad. You be the judge. But yeah, don't get this. Don't even look at it. Don't swatch it. I don't regret buying it, but at the end of the day, I just needed to scratch a Fasio itch for whatever reason. Alright, so that is it for this video. Think of it this way. I spent money so that you don't have to, so you're welcome. And thank you for watching. Give me a like or a comment or both, only if you feel like it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!